Evolution of Law of Torts. Introduction. The Law of Torts deals with civil wrongs and provides remedies in the form of compensation. The evolution of tort law explains how this branch of law developed gradually through judicial decisions to protect legal rights and ensure justice. Origin of Law of Torts in England. To understand tort law, it is necessary to trace its origin in England. Initially, there was no separate law of torts. Civil wrongs were remedied through a rigid system of writs. Only those wrongs for which a writ was available could be brought before the court. With time, this system proved insufficient, and courts began recognizing various civil wrongs such as negligence, nuisance, trespass, and defamation. This marked the beginning of tort law as an independent branch. Case law, Donoghue v. Stevenson, 1932. Facts. The plaintiff drank ginger beer which contained a dead snail and suffered illness. Held. The House of Lords laid down the principle of duty of care. This case is considered the foundation of modern law of negligence and an important milestone in the evolution of tort law. Development through common law. Another important stage in the evolution of tort law was its development through common law principles. The law of torts developed mainly through judicial decisions. Judges decided cases based on justice, reason, and social needs. This judge-made nature made tort law flexible and capable of growth. Courts evolved important principles such as strict liability and vicarious liability. Case law, Rylands v. Fletcher, 1868. Facts. The defendant constructed a reservoir on his land. Water escaped from the reservoir and flooded the plaintiff's land. Held. The defendant was held liable even without negligence. The court laid down the rule of strict liability. Evolution of Law of Torts in India. The development of tort law in India took place during British rule. English tort principles were introduced in India and applied by Indian courts. However, these principles were adapted according to Indian social conditions and requirements of justice. Since tort law is not fully codified in India, courts apply it on the basis of justice, equity, and good conscience. Case law, Municipal Corporation of Delhi v. Subhagwanti, 1966. Facts. A clock tower maintained by the municipal corporation collapsed and caused the death of several pedestrians. Held. The corporation was held liable for negligence and ordered to pay compensation. This case shows the application of tort principles in India. Role of judiciary in evolution. The judiciary has played a vital role in shaping and expanding tort law. Courts have filled gaps where legislation was absent and have protected individual rights through judicial interpretation. Judicial decisions have helped tort law grow with changing social needs. Case law, Ashby v. White, 1703. Facts. The plaintiff was wrongfully prevented from exercising his legal right to vote. Held. The court held that violation of a legal right is actionable even if no actual damage is proved. Modern evolution and expansion. In modern times, the law of torts has expanded to meet new challenges of industrial and technological society. The scope of tort law now includes industrial accidents, consumer protection, and environmental damage. Indian courts have evolved new principles to deal with hazardous activities. Case law, M.C. Mehta v. Union of India, oleum gas leak case. Facts. Oleum gas leaked from a factory causing serious harm to workers and the general public. Held. The Supreme Court introduced the principle of absolute liability for hazardous industries. This marked a major development in modern tort law in India. Conclusion. The law of torts has evolved from a narrow and rigid system into a flexible and dynamic branch of law. Its development through judicial decisions has enabled it to respond to changing social needs. The evolution of tort law highlights the crucial role of courts in protecting rights, ensuring justice, and maintaining social balance.